I'll admit, Mojang has done a pretty good job with making naturally generated structures look good. Some look detailed and are really cool, while some took no effort whatsoever. But one thing that really catches my eye on how there is no detail at all on it is the Minecraft dungeon. These things, unlike other builds in Minecraft, have no notes of building ideas to take off of whatsoever because they are so bland and boring. I don't know why whoever invented these added it to the game, because they obviously didn't think about making it look good at all. They were probably in a rush trying to fix any other things in the game. But really, this needs a huge makeover. That's why I'm going to show you 6 dungeons in Minecraft that should be added to the game. So we are going to start with the zombie and skeleton dungeon. This one is really cool for adventures, and the first thing we are going to start with is these. These are very rare rooms that can spawn in these dungeons that include diamonds inside of them. Not too many diamonds because that would be too overpowered, but yes, 3 diamonds, which will be really good for people who are new to the game. And also, these will include traps, so it'll be harder to get things. So you're gonna have to run super fast so it shuts off the lava. And really, that is one of the first traps. But the second thing we could have is a lever that opens these things, and behind it is ores that we can use to go ahead in our Minecraft survival world. There are also some other traps like arrow shooters, and there are iron bars that you have to get past, and there's even stairs that lead up to the next level, but we don't need to go into that. And then, like you can see here, there's another trap that you have to walk around, and that leads us to the skeleton spawner. The skeleton spawner looks really cool, and I really like this pattern on the floor, and you can find loot in here. Look, we just got a lot of bones, and we got an enchanted golden apple and chirp. And like you can see here, if we just get a bow, this is where skeletons practice their aim. And if you shoot into the middle, hold on, give me another try. It makes a skeleton fall down and they have another part of their army. But then if we go over here, this is a zombie spawner, and you can see there's vines because that replicates a color of the zombie's skin. And you can see a chest right here, which includes a lot of the things they like: potatoes, carrots, rotten flesh, and an enchanted book with protection. So that is pretty much it of the first dungeon. This is definitely one of the bigger ones, and definitely one of the cooler ones to explore. And let's move on to the next one. And then is the spider spawner. You can see that it goes really high up because spiders like to climb up high. And you can see that once they spawn up here, they begin to fall and go into the water, which is, I think, a very good thing to add to this. And then once you go into here, it leads to a magma and lava area with a bunch of spider webs that you have to go to. And you can even find diamonds in here. And don't forget, these dungeons are super rare, so they might as well have a lot of loot in them. And as you can see, there's a cage here that you have to break to get the loot. And there's a lot of string because spiders drop string. And another addition that I added to this was if you see this polished andesite and break the middle of it, you can see ores behind it. So it indicates what is there. So if you take this out, it gives you lapis. And if you take this out, it also gives you redstone. So I think this is a really good one because it's different than others and it's really huge with different places to go to. Let's move on to the next one. Then comes the stray spawner. What happens is you have to walk up this very steep step, which really isn't that steep, but it goes up super high, and you can see there's even lighting in here, and then you will see the stray spawner. The strays only spawn in the icy areas, which I think would make it so we have to add snow and ice to these. But if you go down here and mine the ice, behind the ice will be the loot. And you can see snowballs, enchanted books, and this one has Frostwalker because where you can see there's a lot of frost over the place here. So it really goes together with it. And then you see another one with a lot of loot. So this is definitely a really good one. And it's nice that it includes some light inside of it. And there is also 5 spawners, which will make it hard to destroy. But you are very safe when you go down here because they won't be able to shoot you from all the way up there. So I think this is a good one to explore in. And it's definitely different than the others. And I think we should move on. Next is the husk spawner. You can see it's sort of like a pyramid that you'd find in Egypt. And there's even a trap here that shoots fireballs at you, which I think is a good touch. And for light, there is lava, which might be kind of scary. And you can see husks spawn from these 4 spawners. But where do you think is the loot? Well, you have to hit this lever, and when you do, this falls down, and you have to jump up here and avoid the lava, and you will see the loot is in here. And because there's a lot of fire and heat in here, I added fire aspect to the chests. So when the chests naturally generate, you will see things related to fire. And the design in here is really cool, so I think this will be a really good one that definitely relates to Egypt. So this one is a good touch, and we should move on to the 5th dungeon. Come on! And next comes the drowned spawner. This one is really cool because it's true that there are underwater caves in, I don't know, the deep. There's caves all over the area, but they have recently added underwater caves. I really don't know how recent it was, but you can see that there's magma here that you really have to avoid, and it pulls you down really fast and hurts you. So you have to avoid these, and you see that obviously you cannot mine fast underwater, so you're going to have to swim under here, which I think is a cool thing to know. And then is the drowned spawner. When you go here, in order to break it, you have to work a little bit hard because this soul sand pushes you up, which I think is really cool. And it definitely adds to the adventure part of these. And then you will see the chests inside of here. There's a painting, depth strider, there's maul, and then you see sticks and rotten flesh and fish. And you see there's even a drowned here. And let's see what's in the 2nd chest. In here is, wow, a trident. I was not expecting to find that in there. And then there's fish and rotten flesh. So this is definitely a more OP one to be in because it's harder to get around. And I really like this one because it has a lot of detail. And it's really cool how the bubbles shoot you up and down, and how the magma lights up the underwater cave. So let's move on to the last dungeon. We all know about the Badlands, also known as Mesa. They are really cool, and I feel like it deserves to have a dungeon in here under the plateaus. Here is a dragon skull, and you can even see bones sticking out over here. And when you look at it, you see that it has soul fire, which I think is a cool addition to this. And when you go inside of the mouth, you will see a cave spider spawner. In order to get in, you have to build up or go up the ladders, and you will see a tomb with the spiders encased in cobwebs. And there's even gold in here, and it's really well decorated. And if you see in here, there is a lot of good loot, much better than the first dungeons. And then you will also find this, and these dungeons are about as rare as bones are that you would find in the desert, like fossils and things like that. So this one is definitely the most OP to my opinion because it gives you gold and a lot of loot in the chests. So this one is definitely very good. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I will do another one of these videos if you guys really liked it. And I think these dungeons will be a great addition to the game. And if you think so too, maybe leave a comment for ones that I should do in another video if we get enough likes. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye!